Any good body repairman will tell you that there are very specific steps you need to take in order to make sure that your paint sticks best to your vehicle. I am taking half of these steps, but wish me luck. I'm about to paint this Jeep outside, right underneath a tree. It just rained a little, and it's supposed to rain again, so I decided that I'm too impatient. I'm going to try to paint it under these conditions. Okay. See how it looks. Oh, my dog. Okay, so this front end, yeah, I made a video when I painted this, not painting it, but so it's still a little rough on top. It needs to be lightly sanded over and repainted, but I'm gonna hold off on that for as long as possible. I still need to finish the Bondo here just a little bit. If nothing else, I might just sand it and just not keep it perfect, and then paint over that, and that'll look good. And then this is what I've done today. So I still need to get this windshield off. It's gonna take a little more like covering up the windshield and stuff. I think I'm gonna take just the whole windshield off and then cover it and paint it. But also I have some rust right here, and I'm trying to decide if and how I'm going to get rid of that rust so it doesn't spread. And then but I've painted this today, the whole rest of the body. I did Bondo work, which I was hoping to make invisible, but it's still showing up just a little bit. You can see right there. It's kind of obvious that it's there, and then a little bit here. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than that huge dent I had before. I don't remember if I showed you in the video. Now you can see it's a little flat, and actually still a little bit of a buckle right here. I think that's why it's so obvious here and not so much to the left where, I mean, you can't really see. It's probably because there's actually still a bit of a dent there. But then go on, and there was scratches and stuff on the Jeep, and because this is a matte color, it's coming out pretty obviously. Like, for example, there's a scratch there, scratches here, some scratches, but I'm going with a military look, so the actual scratches don't really look bad, and it's a Jeep. I mean, it's gonna get scratched up, and I have plenty of rattle cans to compensate. I did not paint this tailgate. I actually mostly just used it as a, I don't know, I just let paint get on it, but there's no preparation for this, so oh, it's actually not coming off. But there's no sand on this, and I didn't even clean it because I actually have a better tailgate, because if you see, there's a pretty bad dent in this tailgate that it was worse than this. Me and my dad dinged it out, and it was a really major dent. So I actually have a new tailgate that I'm going to paint separately, and then I'm going to put all the components on. I have new handles and different things. But yeah, I painted the whole Jeep right here. I painted this where this used to be black. It was coming undone anyway, so I decided to just paint it tan right there, and I kind of prepped it a little bit. It was actually the Rhino liner on here, but I just painted it tan, so when you put the doors on, it won't stick out. And then it is still drying, and then actually this paint, for some reason, this is what it's going to turn into, but while it's still new and fresh, it has this look to it. But after it sits for a few days, this will all blend together. I mean, very much, it's very obvious what the newer paint is. But yeah, I forgot to show you guys. After a long process, I stuck a bolt upside down in here to try to fix this. I don't remember if I said that in the last video, and it didn't work. Out of frustration, I tack welded JB Weld, just stuck it up there, and it didn't stop leaking, but it's barely leaking. It's been parked out here the whole time and hasn't leaked at all. And I think so all I need to do is maybe find some kind of sealant, or I already put some stuff in the transmission that's supposed to seal pinprick leaks. I don't think it sealed it, but I'm thinking maybe just put another tack weld kind of around this, find out exactly where it's leaking from, and I think it should stop the leaking. And so far I've been driving this Jeep again like I own it. Like I literally figured out how to do a burnout the other day, which is not a good idea, but I think I'm just excited that it's working. So this is interesting and irritating. I left my door on the floor for a few hours, and ants decided, hey, this giant metal thing resting on the ground is a great place to build our new home. Like, I don't know how long they've been working on this, guys, but they got this thing like, yeah, holy cow. So, I guess I'm gonna have to find a way to knock these guys out. Good night. Okay, so what I thought was maybe a couple of ants got on the door while I was laying on the floor, to thinking, okay, well apparently the ants were starting to go inside of it to do something inside the door. And I don't know how fast ants work, so it could either be that, or it's possible they've been there a lot longer, because yeah, this isn't just like a couple of ants, this is like, and I sprayed this Raid Instant Kill Ant and Roach stuff inside of these holes before taking the whole door apart. And I decided to take the whole door apart because when they started crawling out, because they were freaking out from dying, hundreds, thousands of ants, and they're still like coming up through the seams. So yeah, I guess I'm actually gonna have to clean this up. Okay.